Hi Dahlia, how are you?
Hello, Steph. I am very good, thank you. I've been trying to keep up with my New Year's resolutions.
Have you? What were they again?
Well, I have one which I've had for a long time, which is to smile more.
Oh, okay.
Because it's easy to accomplish.
Yes, I think I remember you mentioning that when we came back in the new year. How's it going?
I haven't been smiling a lot, I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
The weather's so miserable.
Yeah, it is so freezing cold at the moment. Can't wait for a spring to come around.
Indeed. And how are you doing? How's life?
But I'm good, thank you. Life is okay, busy, honestly, very busy at the moment with lots of
busy.
Work and personal admin, if you know what I mean. Life admin, as we call it.
That's nice. You've got a full life, leading a full life.
Yeah, I feel like I need a holiday though, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, all good, thank you. And this is episode 10 of our podcast series. We're talking about British behaviours, let's say, or things about the UK that may or may not be correct.
Myth busting. So talking about things that are believed by many people and discussing whether they are true or not, in our humble opinions.
That is right. And in this episode, I think our listeners will probably recognise this, that British people say please, sorry, and thank you all the time.
Yes, I will be saying today that just from the get-go, I'm going to say this is true. People do say please and thank you all the time, but I don't think they are thankful all the time.
Or sorry.
Or sorry, I think it can be a little bit fake.
That's a good point. So you've basically busted the myth.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
No need to talk for 10 minutes.
No need to talk. But yeah, it is a good point because, you know, I'm sure you've experienced the same thing that students often say, oh, British people are so polite, or at least they have the feeling or the notion that, the impression that they are polite.
Yeah.
Maybe from watching Mr. Darcy in Bridget Jones or whatever, or, you know, Harry Potter characters and this, that, the other. But is it real, is the question.
Well, I think it's definitely true that British people do say please and thank you all the time and sorry. I mean, someone not English pointed something really funny out to me. Forgive me if I've said this before, but they found it hilarious that on the buses, when it says out of service, it says sorry, out of service, which I didn't realise is actually kind of hilarious. Like, why are they apologising? They haven't done anything wrong.
Oh, they should apologise, you know? They're inconveniencing everyone. Do you?
I disagree. It's just funny because it's just not really necessary. But sometimes you'll see signs, you know, signs are there to show you the rules.
Right.
It's not a request, it's a rule. And it will say something like, please don't smoke. And I'm like, no, tell people, don't ask.
Yeah, like no smoking. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had a lot of students saying to me, why do people say thank you, please, you know, all the time? I'm not talking about just Korean students. I'm talking about from other nationalities where perhaps they don't use these words as much in their native tongue.
Yeah.
So like take a simple situation. If you go to a cafe or to a shop to buy something, you would say, hello. They might say, how are you? You might say, good, how are you? So we have a little bit of small talk. And then I'd like this, please. Please, there you go. Oh, thank you. So you're saying thank you at least twice or maybe 3 times during the interaction.
It's true. I mean, yeah, I do this. I accuse people of being fake, but I'm trying to stop myself because I definitely do it all the time. I say sorry, I say thank you a million times when...
I do as well, definitely.
Yeah.
What I don't like, and I've noticed it recently, is when people go, you know, when... Let's imagine you're buying a sandwich, right? But the sandwich is being built for you in the moment.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, what would you like in the sandwich? Would you like chicken or fish or whatever? And after every single kind of answer, you go, that please, chicken please, sweet corn please, no please.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that until now. Yeah.
I've noticed it recently from watching some kind of vlogs and things online where people like go and order things or say things in a shop and they keep saying, this please, this please, this please. It's like, you don't need to say please a million times. Like, say it at the beginning and the end.
Yeah. Loses its value, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just sounds a little bit fake, but, you know, I guess it's better than never saying please.
Yeah.
Or never saying thank you, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Well, people are just trying to, they're just trying to be courteous, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah, trying to be courteous. That's a great word. So what would you say courteous means?
It basically means polite, but I say it has a little bit of a stronger meaning. So it's when you're polite and respectful.
Exactly, yeah. It's kind of showing respect to the person you're speaking to, right?
Yeah, especially would use that in like formal situations.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say that, when somebody says sorry, they're not necessarily actually apologizing to you. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah. That's very true.
Sorry can be used in many different ways.
Yeah.
It can be used to get someone's attention. It can be used to ask someone to repeat what they've said, like, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It can be used to break bad news to someone, like, oh, I'm sorry, but...
That's true.
So many ways of using it.
Well, have you heard that Brits are famous for saying sorry to people who bump into them?
Yes.
In fact,
Yes.
My friend told me about a woman who wrote a book on British people, and she went out of her way, she left the house, and she tried to bump into as many people as possible, and she tried to count how many people said sorry to her, and the number was really staggeringly high.
Really? That sounds like quite a challenge. Might take you up on that challenge and do it around where I live and see what happens.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it changed from area to area.
It would be, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to point out for our students is that the difference between apologise and apologies.
Oh, yes. People often get that confused.
They do, yeah. So to apologise to someone is the verb, yeah? So you would say like...
Yeah, it means to say sorry.
Yeah, so you could say, I apologised to him for, I don't know, for...
Eating all the cake.
For eating all his cake, exactly.
I've never done that, by the way.
I mean, that would just be the last straw for me. If somebody did that, that would be it. Friendship over. But then we also have the noun apology. So you can make an apology, which basically you can accept someone's apology if you say, oh, that's all right, don't worry. And some people also use the plural form of the word apology.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I think it sounds a little bit kind of formal. Oh, apologies. Meaning, oh, sorry, I didn't realise. Oh, apologies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and just basically means sorry, right?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like I'm offering you my apologies, like my sorry, kind of.
But they sound quite similar, so people get really confused between to apologise and apologies.
Yeah, the ending of the word. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say in general that most British people respect and admire people who manage to kind of like stay polite even in stressful situations.
That's true, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like trying to mind your P's and Q's.
Yeah, keep your poise and...
not get too out of control, even if you're really angry, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's quite an admirable trait,
Yeah, definitely. I hadn't thought about it like that, actually. I think maybe the reason I said it was fake is just sometimes it bothers me that people won't actually tell you what they really think.
Right.
And they don't take responsibility for it. But the reason they do that is because, they think they're being polite, but really they're just talking behind your back. That's what bothers me about politeness.
Do you mean like if somebody disagrees with you, but they don't really tell you directly, they kind of dance around it, tiptoe around it?
Yeah, for example, I was at someone's house and another person came round and their dog was with them and the dog was jumping on the sofa. But the house owner didn't say anything. And because they're trying to be very polite, keeping up appearances, in my opinion. But then as soon as they left, they said, I can't believe they let the dog on the sofa.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, well, it's your sofa, so you should have just told them. I'm not saying it's easy. It's easier said than done. It can be kind of awkward to, have those conversations.
Definitely. Some great expressions you used there. So we said, mind your P's and Q's, I said a moment ago. That's quite an informal expression, but it basically means to behave in the most polite way that you can.
Yeah, it's often given as a maybe a warning by a parent or something to a child.
Yeah, exactly. Mind your P's and Q's.
Mind your P's and Q's. Your grandma's coming round, or you're going to talk to your teacher now. So
mind your P's and Q's, and it actually means mind your P's. P meaning pleases, saying please, and Q's meaning thank yous.
Sounds like Cockney or something, doesn't it? Cockney writing slam.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's true. And you also used another expression, which was keeping up appearances. What would you say that means exactly?
I wonder if anybody's seen the old comedy show, Keeping Up Appearances. It's about a woman who spends all of her time trying to look posh and
impress the neighbours with her house.
Yeah, it's all about her reputation.
Yeah.
So it basically means hiding the truth about a bad situation and pretend that everything's going well.
So you're trying to pretend that everything's fine and you want to never let anyone know that things are going wrong, basically, behind the scenes.
Yeah. And if anybody remembers the story about my grandma to whom politeness was very, very, very important.
Yes.
She reminded me very much of the main character.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
That's funny. I watched a lot of episodes of that growing up. I think it was quite popular.
Yeah. I think one of the running jokes, which will help people understand, if I'm not wrong, I think her last name was actually Bucket.
Bucket, like a bucket of water, right?
Which is not a nice word, but she said bouquet, like a bouquet of flowers.
She used to pretend that it was pronounced in a French way. Bouquet.
Yeah, is that correct? Am I
you're right.
Correctly?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Exactly. She used to pick up the phone and say, "The bouquet residence."
Oh, yes.
The lady of the house speaking.
Yeah.
And then whenever anyone referred to her as Mrs. Bucket, she would give them a horrible look.
Scold.
How dare you call me Mrs. Bucket? It's Mrs. Bouquet.
Good old times.
So that's a great show to demonstrate this expression.
Yeah.
But the situation you just described about the dog, I mean, honestly, I think I would find it quite difficult to know what to say to the person without making them feel bad, I suppose. I think the main thing is that we don't want to embarrass the other person or make the other person think that we're angry with them or upset with them, which is why we don't say anything.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone's trying to protect each other.
When they leave the house, I'm sure we would complain about them. It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Or maybe not invite them round again, or perhaps next time say, "Can you leave the dog at home?" in a very polite way.
Yeah. Oh God, that might offend them even more. It's a minefield. Who knows?
It is. It's a minefield. That's a very good expression as well.
We could just be direct and say, "I don't usually let dogs on the sofa."
Yes, that's probably what you would say. Yeah.
Would you mind if, you can still be polite. Would you mind if
you could, yeah,
the dog stays on the floor and gets out of the house and never comes back? I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking what would be a polite way. I suppose if someone told you they were coming to visit you or something, you could maybe then say to them, "Will you be bringing blah, blah, blah with you," like the dog?
Yeah.
And then say, "But just because I'm I don't know, just because I normally don't let dogs into the living room, so..."
Yeah, or make up an excuse like it sticks to the sofa. I mean, it's all about how you say stuff, right?
Yes.
You could say, "How about the dog stays outside?" Or...
Yeah, or would you
Would it be
mind
okay
if...
Yeah,
exactly.
We're talking about this like we're bloody experts.
I know, right?
right?
But yeah, anyway. British people say please, sorry and thank you all the time. The answer is yes, they do.
But are they sorry all the time? No.
Not always. No, they're not always sorry necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's just very quickly recap some of the expressions we use today, as usual.
Okay.
So we started off with the adjective courteous.
Mm-hmm.
We also talked about the difference between the verb apologise and the noun apology or apologies.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we say?
Mind your P's and Q's.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping up appearances.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
I just have one more thing to add. Just something came to mind.
Go for it.
Someone said to me a long time ago that the reason us Brits use this language so much is because in our language, we don't have a specific ending or suffix for politeness. Whereas in Korean, you do. You have a whole other suffix. In a lot of languages, you do. And I was like, light bulb moment, that's so true.
That is so true. You're right.
Yeah, that's why we overuse it.
Yes.
It's not built into the language.
Right. We don't have like a polite form, as they call it in other languages.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah. So we have an excuse for using these words.
I was literally just about to say sorry. I was about to say
Why?
because because it's seen as a bad thing. Like, sorry, we say sorry so much.
Sorry, we say sorry.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Dalia, for your explanation on that.
You're welcome. Please leave a comment.
Yes, please leave a comment for us, guys. We'll be very thankful.
Indeed.
Anyway, you have a lovely rest of your week.
You too.
And I will speak to you in our next episode.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.